I mean, both teams have played well. If we're going to talk about it, I mean, just I hope the surprise and the dream carries on for the Hibiscus Coast Raiders. You know, they've done an exceptional job getting here. I think the heat's playing to their favour because, you know, the team, as we've talked about, is a lot slight, a lot smaller, slender, and they're quick, they're fast. Against the big boys, I'm going with the Raiders.
And away we go, so we will find out in 18 minutes time. So Hibiscus Coast with first use of the ball. And it's Buck Hall with the first hit up. He was excellent in the victory over Mount Albert a couple of hours earlier. And Liam Ackland now getting into dummy half and doing a little bit of work.
That said, there's a lot of chat now happening with the Marist boys, so obviously they're starting with a lot of energy. And they'll need to maintain that to keep these guys at bay.
So we head up towards halfway now. Buck Hall getting into dummy half. Hibiscus Coast will be looking for a positive start, although it did come back against Mount Albert, so there's plenty of character in this team as they spread it wide, and it's the number 5 into a little bit of space. That's Elton Gray doing an excellent job out there, unfortunately bundled into touch, but Hibiscus Coast make their intentions clear pretty early there, Troy. Yeah,
they're pretty effective, shifting it from left to right across the field. You know, they've got good hands, they've got good speed, and if they maintain that sort of momentum, you know, moving these big Marist Saints boys around the park, that's going to be detrimental to them at the end of the day. That said, though, to the chairman, Tony, over at the Marist Saints, the boys have done very, very well, and look at that busting run by the big fella, Lau Pepe. Love it with him, ball in hand.
Possibly up a little high that time, and there's a bit of feeling in that one.
And, and yes, that sort of calmed it down a wee bit. The young Baxter. Young Baxter's kicking for touch.
Bailey.
Young Baxter,
yes.
Bailey. Sorry about that, Bailey. I'd like to thank the Marist Saints team for having a team list all day, and we've got a team list for today.
No, we do not. So we are once again playing the guessing game a little bit here with the Marist guys, but look, I'm sure everyone's enjoying the broadcast, and we're sorry that we're not able to bring you the names for them, but we can only do, unfortunately, what the teams provide us with. But Hibiscus Coast have provided us with a beautiful team list, neatly printed, and we thank their management for that. And we thank their entire club for a fantastic day so far here at the SportSafe ARL 9s. As Marist now on the attack, and Leo Pepe up the middle. He's going to be hard to stop there. He's going to be too hard to stop from there. Straight over the top, Troy, and I know he is one of your favourite players in the competition. I mean, mate, unstoppable from that range. 10
metres out, that size, that's probably the only thing that plays into the, the Marist Saints' hands, is that the size, speed, that far out when you're playing, obviously a smaller, slighter, speedier team, very, very hard to stop. So that's got Marist off to a good start, and I dare say my big mate will be heading off over to the far side for a glass of Evian water, and Marist come back waiting for the kick at goal, and not a bad kick.
And Thomas is on target with the kick, so an early 6-0 lead for Marist over the Hibiscus Coast early in the first half here at Stanmore Bay.
Okay, we'll have to go inside and tell them at the administration desk, mate. Okay. Okay, there should be 3 over there.
And here we go, so Hibiscus Coast now on the fast break, and if they get it wide here, they're a chance. Liam Ackland into a little bit of space, and wisely, I think, avoids the sideline there. It's not enough in the end. Arguments that the tackle may have been completed. The Hibiscus Coast locals aren't too happy about it.
Yep. So Simon did a wee bit of work there, the fullback for the Marist, and picked young Ackland up and dragged him over the line, and there's now a changeover. And I think we're going to see a wee bit of intent now over the next part of this game, and Marist are now starting to drive it straight up the middle of the ruck.
And this is going to be a real litmus test for the Hibiscus Coast middles here. This Marist team are huge in comparison.
Yep.
As they go out wide in search of a gap. There was one there, but the ball
didn't find a runner, and it's been spilt.
The Hibiscus Coast will recover it up against the sideline. So let's see what the Raiders can do with it here, and they'll just ruck it out for the time being, and that's good yardage out of dummy half.
You got to
over on the far
look
left-hand
at
side.
the shape of Maris too. They're all sucked in really, really close. If this Hibiscus Coast team start to spread it, it's going to be all on out here on the edge.
And Troy, there's probably the best part of 20 metres space out on this side that we're sitting on, the Hibiscus Coast right edge. They've gone one out for some reason. They should probably want to have a look out this way at some point, and surely they'll go here on this occasion. It looks like now Maris have readjusted and numbered up.
He's here, big, there we go.
And it's the number 2 into space, and an excellent legs tackle there to prevent what looked like a real try-scoring opportunity there, but probably a missed opportunity from Hibiscus Coast not going there earlier.
Yeah, should have come away earlier in the tackle count. You know, they had, you could have slid a double-decker bus through that side, and they missed an opportunity there. That said, let's see what Maris do, because at the moment I think they're playing to their strengths, and they're just basically running it straight up and running it straight hard.
Another high shot there from the Hibiscus Coast.
Yep.
Obviously been told to be pretty aggressive in their tackles, given the size of the men they are facing.
Absolutely, I just heard...
fine touch off that kick, so there is a let-off for the Hibiscus Coast. And they'll return the ball now. Some lovely footwork from the big number 10, Blake James.
And this is when they're dangerous, shifting that ball around inside the half of Maris Saints.
And we've got 2 number 10s on the field, in fact, so not too sure who the second number 10 is in this one. But Liam Eklund, for the meantime, goes down the short side and is tackled well by Maris, so they head back towards the middle, and Blake James in at dummy half. Towards the middle of the sticks, and Buck Hall now getting involved in the playmaking. Takes it to the line, goes through the line. Buck Hall, excellent try from Buck Hall, I think. No, he's just short. Over from dummy half, and there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Excellent play from Buck Hall, Troy, taking it to the line nice and direct, and then got a very quick play of the ball. I actually thought it got to the line initially, and from there, I think it was our number 13, Christopher Watkins, who did the rest.
Yeah, and that's put them in a good position for the goal. And he's missed it, and I've just given him the kiss of death.
Wow.
Well, what a shame. That said, though, you can see the contrasting styles, can't you? I mean, these guys were fast, quick, they're fleet of foot, and just really putting the big boys under pressure. Maris Saints have got the ball. They're not looking to, have a burn race on the outside edge, mate. Their big guys are just taking it straight up the centre and running hard and running straight.
How crucial might that missed kick be? He took it very quickly. He probably was entitled to take a bit of time there. But in a game that's likely to be pretty close, we will see what happens. In the meantime, Hibiscus Coast have a leg up here. And it's gone out on the full. So the local crowd thought that they'd found touch.
Some advice from the local crowd here as they're giving guidance to our referees. Giving guidance. And here come the Maris Saints. Here come the Maris Saints. Yep. So Hibiscus Raiders are now having to man up and tackle. Yep.
So interesting to see how Hibiscus Coast can handle this. They'll be pleased to see Leo Pepe's not on the field right now. Although there is an almost equally large human being who's just taken the ball to the line. They just keep coming at Maris. There is no reprieve. As they go into dummy half now and shift it back towards the sticks, and the big number 17 for Maris. Love to tell you who he was, but we have no team list if you didn't hear earlier, so we apologise for not being able to ID some of these Maris players as the 12 now takes it out wide. Sloppy play there, but Hibiscus Coast need to be very careful here. There's offloads everywhere, and a great covering tackle in the end from, I think it was Blake James to prevent the try, but Troy, that second phase from Maris is looking dangerous.
Yeah, and I think once they get the roll on, there's not much around team tactics. It's just straight ahead. We're going that way. Right, so now a bit of patience from Hibiscus Coast Raiders. Will they mount more pressure coming up out of the field? And how much how much gas is in the tank for the Maris Saints? The sun is definitely getting hot out there now, Corey. And they've gone wide again.
Here comes young Eklund is into space, and he's got one to beat. I think the cover defence is going to get there. Comes back inside. Gets the offload away. Now James is into a little bit of space. He could go all the way here. Cut down on a beautiful tackle there by...
Quick play, the ball is what's required.
Bailey Thomas with the try-saver. They need to go left, and they've got the numbers, and surely there's a siren goes in the background. Hibiscus Coast, you would think, in. What a fantastic try after Bailey Thomas scrambled well to get there, and it's in the far left-hand corner. We will try to get the ID on that player there, but that is just breathtaking rugby league from the Hibiscus Coast Raiders. Spreading the ball wide there, and Troy, we mentioned the contrasting styles. Well, that was just all about pace from Hibiscus here, wasn't it?
Absolutely, and I mean they move the ball fast, you know, from edge to edge. They've been fast on their feet around the ruck speed, and they've certainly, you know, moved the big Marist Saint boys around on the field out there. And as we said, it's pretty hot out there, mate. It's getting pretty hot.
You wouldn't read about it. They've missed the conversion from the front, but nailed the one from the sideline. So there you go. Hibiscus Coast will take a 10 points to 6 lead into the break. So just repeating that, Hibiscus Coast 10 points to 6 leaders at the break. And all of a sudden with the advantage.
Well, she's a blistering hot day down here, as is the game, ladies and gentlemen. And the music's kicking in. It's a great atmosphere, a big party festival here at the Sports Safe Nines. And